Today we're going to be brainstorming ideas for a relief sculpture. See how some of these things on this flat tile pop out? Some of the things are 3D, where some of the things are flat. Relief sculpture is when a sculpture is not all the way around, but comes out and is a little 3D from a background. So let's start designing. So in your sketchbook or on a piece of paper, you are going to write North Carolina Shore relief tile. And what you're going to do is you're going to make 4 boxes. Now yours can be rectangles because the cardboard that I sent home in your kit is a rectangle, but you're going to come up with 4 designs that are inspired by the North Carolina shoreline. On the canvas page that I have for you, there are these pictures in color, and I want you to think about North Carolina shore and what makes it unique. We are very known for our lighthouses. We have the Intercoastal Waterway and the boats and the cool colored houses on there. And we have unique wildlife, such as sandpipers, the sea turtles, the horses. So I want you to take some of those elements or elements that you can think of things you've experienced on the North Carolina shoreline if you've ever been there. And I want you to come up with 3 sketches. Now the sketches can be like a scene. So this is like a horse on a beach, or it could be more like a design, like a turtle in the middle with other designs around it. That's up to you. If you want more inspiration, I would search, or what I searched on Google was ocean tile relief, and that would show me a lot of different clay tiles that have a relief to them. So take a few minutes to do that, and that is the main sketch we're doing today. And then you can pause, look at that, and then we need to paint our cardboard that I gave you. All right, so once you're done making your sketches, this week we're going to prep your tile, but then next week we're going to work on it. So this is what they look like in class right now. You draw whichever one you're doing onto your cardboard, and then you start making a relief or the sculpture on it with the Model Magic. We're not doing that this week. We are prepping your tile because you have brown cardboard. We want to paint it white so that way when you do start this next week, everything is the same color and it's easier to paint on top of. This is not required, especially if you don't have the white paint anymore. But what you're going to do is you're going to remember that container of white paint that I asked you to save. And like I said, if you don't have it, it's okay. It will still work the same way. And you're going to paint the front and the back. The reason you paint the front and the back, and actually you might want to paint the back first, is that when paint dries, it contracts, which means it gets smaller. And so when it dries, it will bend the cardboard. So you want to paint both sides so that way they are pulling against each other and therefore have nowhere to go. So if you painted one side, this whole side would bow upwards and it become like a little boat. But because I'm painting both sides, it will act as opposing forces against each other and will not, hopefully not, or it won't bend too much. All right, so that is all we're doing for this week. You want to let that dry completely. And then next week, we're going to transfer an image onto this cardboard and start your Model Magic relief.